become more competitive or want to get back and help achieve it.
I mean, you're asking me if what just happened has anything to do with the future?
Yeah.
I mean, what just happened is so fresh and it's still so kind of devastating. It's really kind of hard to look past that right now.
Jason, how much do you want to be here?
I mean, obviously, I've had like the best time the last 4 years playing baseball with these guys, in this city, and in front of these fans. I've seen quite a transformation here. But going forward, I mean, obviously, Philly will be one of the teams that will be in consideration.
Jason, how do you detach your baseball feelings from the pure economic feelings that you have to have right now about this one chance you have?
Well, it's a business. I mean, this is definitely not the same game that I played, in my grandparents' backyard every day when I was a kid. I've known that for a long time. I mean, I signed in '97 and sat at my kitchen table. I was 18 years old and negotiated my signing bonus. I mean, I knew pretty much figured out then that this is definitely business.
Jason, when you left the ballpark the other night, probably saw some of these guys for the last time for the year. Did you get a feeling that this might be your last time in that clubhouse? I mean, did any of those thoughts cross your mind at all?
Yeah, I mean, it was emotional. I mean, it was just so unexpected. We definitely didn't see ourselves in that position. So emotions were kind of all over the place. On my drive in the day, I noticed that like all the leaves are changing and the leaves are falling. It's like the first time I noticed anything like that. I just kind of had tunnel vision the whole time, and even now today, it's still setting in, I guess.
Do you have any expectations of what the next couple months are going to be like? Have you let yourself think about that, or is it still too fresh what just happened a couple days ago?
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to think about it a little bit. Just kind of packing up right now, Really, you look back and getting off the plane, and when we got off the plane back from San Francisco, seems like 30 minutes ago. Everything happened really fast.
Have you got feeling, Jason?
Jim's going to talk. Hold on.
I was going to ask a question.
Joe, okay.
Is there any chance you would take a short-term deal to remain part of this core which you like so much? Or is a long-term deal that important to you that you think you have to go out there?
Well, the economics of it, I'm not going to really get into. That's something that we'll discuss privately with the clubs. And, really, I'm not even a free agent until after the World Series, so all that stuff will be handled. I'm sure if you want to call Scott, he'll talk to you about it.
I'll get around to that at some point.
Jason, what's your gut feeling right now for how this is going to play out?
I mean, I don't have one. I'm still just trying to get over the fact that we didn't play last night.
Based on the fact that they've locked up the other core players and they haven't done that to you, and you've gotten to this point, do you realistically think you have a shot to be back here?
Realistically speaking, I mean, it doesn't really matter what I think right now. It's a matter of what happens after the World Series. I mean, we can sit here and talk about what I'm thinking about all day long, but realistically, none of that really matters.
How fast do you want to get taken care of? Is it something you want to get done right away, or are you willing to let it drag out a little?
I'm in no hurry. I mean, any business decision that I've made over the past few years, I've definitely thought about it. There's no reason to rush into this.
Some people in your position will go for the most years, the most money. Some people, winning's important. If it isn't back here, how important will winning somewhere else come into your season?
Oh, I mean, we'll deal with all that in time. Those are questions that we'll handle at the appropriate time.
When you hear Ruben say, he said this several times over the year, we can't have a roster full of $50 million a year players. I mean, do you think, is he talking about me? Because we stand to make that type of money, I guess.
You know, since coming here, the club's done an unbelievable job. The owners have expanded the payroll. I think we've talked about this before. They've done the necessary steps to create a winning atmosphere, and you know, hopefully, you know, they'll continue to do that. Whether they do or not, I mean, that's entirely up to them. Obviously, we know that their business is good here in Philadelphia. The fans are happy. You know, we've got the most loyal fans in the game. They sell it every night. Obviously, you know, from the economics side of the club, I would think they're in good shape. They could probably sign whoever they wanted. Whether or not that's me, we'll have to wait and see.
Are you disappointed that you don't have a
Why
contract?
are you asking so many questions? I mean, it's like one after the other. You had all season to talk, now you want to talk. Anybody else have anything?
Jason, you're on deck on the last pitch. What were you thinking when the pitch was thrown? I mean, was there a split second you're thinking, ball forward, I'm up with the bases loaded? Talk about your thought process at that point.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty big situation. You know, I actually thought, you know, how he's going to hit a double or a homer or something, or walk. The last thing I was thinking about was the season being over. But you know, hey, we gave it our all this year. We've had a lot of ups and downs. We, you know, injuries. We got through a lot to, you know, a lot of negativity and a lot of things that probably weren't that necessary. To end up with how many wins we ended up with, we were the best team in baseball, and we had a lot of accomplishments, and I don't think there was too many people that thought that was going to be the case, definitely most of the year. So to get to where we got, I think was good. It obviously didn't end the way we wanted it to, and we were all left disappointed, but you know, at that moment standing on the on-deck circle, I thought we were going to win the game.
Jason, how important do you think you are to this lineup, and how much do you think they would miss you if you weren't there?
You know, I'm really not in the business of evaluating players or teams or anything like that. I feel like I fit in on this club and with these guys, and we play good together. We have something that not too many people have, and not too many teams have ever, you know, accomplished or even really felt. We have a, you know, very exciting, dynamic club, and I think I'm definitely part of that. You know, since coming here, you know, I've established myself as an everyday guy. I remember in '07 in spring training, I was kind of an unknown. You know, Pat Gillis brought me in, and he called me into the office one day, and you know, Charlie and Pat and Ruben and 5 or 6 other people were in there. Excuse me. And Pat Gillick asked me, you know, what my goals were, and I told him, I said my goal is to you know, earn an everyday job and you know, hit the middle of your guys' order. And he said, really, that's your goal? And I said, yeah. And you know, I think 4 years later, I think I've accomplished my goals.
Free agency is something you obviously earned after many years in this game. Are you in some ways looking forward to the whole experience?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's you know, it's not something everybody gets to go through. Looking back a couple of years, I mean, I was a long way away from this. So obviously, it's going to be an exciting time, and you know, something that I've worked for my entire life, and you know, quite frankly, it's something that you know, you know, a player can only hope to get to.
Jason, that was your goal 4 years